Testing, testing. Okay, I'm still learning how to talk with my chest. So if my voice changes throughout, that's not me fucking up with the settings. That's me just not understanding how to speak properly, okay? Trying to get a YouTuber voice. But basically, I made a whole introduction video yesterday, right? It was to introduce who I am, why you should watch me, all that jazz, trying to kiss up. But even that video got highly distracted at me talking about how broke I was, basically, and how I kind of want capitalism to treat me like fathers from the 90s treated their white girl daughters and just abandoned them for milk, to the point where they get so depressed and so desperate for love that they just keep chasing it eternally till they're dead. I wanted that, but instead of love, I'll be desperate for money, basically. I wanted capitalism to be my daddy. That's what the video was yesterday. But because the audio wasn't good, the visuals weren't good, and I kind of don't want to redo that, it's scrapped. It's in the garbage, basically. But after that video, something else happened to me that I considered way more important. I was kind of in my room listening to, at first, it was some YouTube video on 2x speed, but then it transitioned to music. But that music was still also on 2x speed, and it just kept going and going. It kept picking up speed, kept increasing, and my pacing around the room went faster, faster, and faster. I can feel the kinetic energy built up inside my brain. Instead of it coming from my brain down to my spinal column, it felt like the opposite. Like this energy from the steps and the velocity kept going up from my spinal column up to my brain. And it kept going and going and going. And I needed a release. I thought about doing anything: gooning, drawing, working, push-ups. I even thought about smashing my head in the wall. And I did one of those things. I won't tell you what, but I did one of those things. And none of them worked. And I realized I felt like this before. I went to a music festival either one summer ago or 2 summers ago. I did some drugs, getting into the culture, enjoying the ride, participating in the festivities like everyone else would. But I left the rave. And by the way, it wasn't like, when you think rave, you think about like cosplayers, like fishnets, but it was like a lot more hippie, down to earth. I did not get the vibe. I was not expecting that at all. But for some reason, I left the rave and I entered the forest. It was dark. It was alone. I can see the 2 party spots out in the distance. And my thoughts kept going and going, just like it was last night. And I thought again. I'm like, oh, how do I get rid of the thoughts? Hit myself? No. Goon, not in public or in the forest. Hit on someone, not emotionally ready for that right now. Especially with being on drugs. Hit my head. Maybe that will work. Smashed against a tree. Maybe. Not hard enough. Get punched in the head. That would be painful. Why would I do that? Shoot myself? I would die. I don't want to die. I'm too good to die. And someone out there would be happy that I'm dead. So I just didn't do it. That got me out of that spouting thoughts. Just for a quick second. I got back into it, but by then I was able to handle it. And for a second, I thought it was for the drugs. I thought it was the drugs acting up on me. But realizing it wasn't that it was just my ADHD kicking in, kind of ruins the mysticism of that moment. That was my first bad experience with that type of drug. I've only had good experiences with that type of drug. I'm pretty capable. If people tell me they get like psychotic breaks, they hallucinate, they get like psychotic attacks. I was talking to one lady on Hinge, and she asked me what that means by drugs on my profile, right? And then she goes, oh yeah, I did that before. I can't do it because I actually go insane. So, I'm not like everyone else is what I'm trying to say. I'm built different. And I thought that bad aspect was me getting really like deep into myself, being like, oh, I'm breaking through. You know how everyone on the drug that won't be named always believes like, oh, I'm learning about myself. I'm getting more spiritually aware. I'm evolving as a person. That's what I thought that was. But no, it's just my ADHD. All I evolved to learn is I should have been medicated since I was a younger child. That's not helpful at all. Yeah, little boy me should have been medicated. No shit. Who cares about that guy? He's a loser. And then there's also other aspects that's kind of ruining my image of myself. Like, I don't miss people, right? It's not something that I care to partake in emotionally. I did one time, but I was listening to Utopia in a very unique scenario. Had a joint or something, or like a weed cookie for my neighbor. I swear to God, I'm not a drug addict. I swear to God, I'm not a drug addict. It was just those 2 times, okay? Okay, a little bit more than those 2 times, but I'm not a drug addict. I swear to God. That's the one time I miss people ever. I got that feeling doesn't happen now anymore, okay? And I thought, once again, that's because I'm, highly independent. I trust my friends and my family and anyone I know to take care of themselves, so I don't worry about like hanging out with them. I assume they all have creative projects going on because I always have a project or two in the background that I'm trying to do and I forget about, and I jump back on later. It's this whole thing, okay? But once again, that's just ADHD. It's not, apparently it's an ADHD symptom. That's not like something unique to me. I'm losing value as an original person now, okay? Or, once again, like I have creative projects that I like doing in the background all the time. Something I just enjoy doing. I get an interest in something, then I lose that interest really quickly. And that's because, I'm a romantic. I follow my passions. I follow my feelings. Wrong. You're mentally ill. That's the answer. I'm just mentally ill. That's not helpful to me at all. So, learning about that, I called my doctor and I'm like, hey, I would like some medicine. I would like some Adderall or Xanax or whatever the fuck drug I have to take to, lock in. Because I've never had a job more longer than like 3 months. And that's because I just can't get invested in the job or learning the skills or caring about the customers. Like, damn, it's just so equivocally annoying. All of that. And I cannot, for the life of me, explain to you why that is. It just is annoying. I can't put my heart and soul, I can't put my whole pussy into it, okay? I can't put my all into those activities. Working for a corporation that I don't care for, who doesn't care for me. One of them had me do an IQ test, okay? And they were like, oh wow, he's pretty good at his fucking position. It's like an engineering position or whatever. I never got that IQ test, so I don't know if they were bullshitting me or just waiting to fire me for 3 months. I don't think they were. I think I actually got a pretty good, grade on my fucking IQ little exam. The guy did ask me if I was cheating. I didn't even know you could cheat on that exam. I assumed they randomized it, so I didn't even try to cheat. If I did, I would have. What the fuck? Learning that most of my other romantic parts about me or myself is ADHD is kind of disappointing in such a way. I have no clue how to handle it, basically, except for doing what everyone else does. I called my doctor, scheduled an appointment. It was virtual because we live in different cities now. I got my doctor, and then I had to move cities for a job. It was horrendous timing, honestly. But yeah, so I called my doctor. We had an appointment. We talked about it. He's like, if you have records of you getting ADHD certified or whatever, if I got a gold star on my mental illness papers, he would give me the medicine, right? If not, I have to go on the wait list. Because I'm in the Great White North, I think I have to wait about maybe a year on the wait list. I'm not sure how they do it up down in the South, America, but I assume they're going to kill each other anyways. Which, by the way, if America enters a civil war, I think Canada should get New York. I think strategically, it would be like the best possible option. That's where all the money is. And for right there, it's like not that far away from us. I was searching my medical records. There's only 75 pages of medical records that I have personally. I'm not sure if that's a lot or normal. I'm not sure if I'm like dying or whatever. But all I can find was a paper that said, oh, we took him off ADHD medicine. Not any paper that says, oh, we put him back onto ADHD medicine. We put him onto ADHD medicine. So I sent it to him, and hopefully that works out. But I have no clue what type of person I'm going to be when I'm on these drugs, okay? I keep hearing horror stories about some guy who was in the gym for 8 hours doing nothing but working out due to his Adderall. And while I'm highly turned on by that fact or that idea, I have no clue if that's something that's going to work out well for me. Because all it does make me a working member of society. I'd rather jump off a building, I think, in Minecraft. Maybe. I would rather like live in a van and travel or do anything else. Maybe become a drifter, honestly. Just imagining myself becoming like an accountant somewhere is like the most mundane, oh God, I'm not sure if I can deal with that. It might make my relationships better because I won't either get super intense and back the way off, so I'm like a little bit of a weirdo. Maybe I can have a nice normal conversation with someone without getting instantly bored. Like, yes, Stacy, I don't care about your fucking piss, Stacy. God. But you should tell me about the one time your boyfriend cheated on you and like you had to gaslight him into doing something else. That's way more interesting. It is hard for me to have conversations with some people. I asked a girl on Hinge, like, what's the craziest thing you did? She said, oh, I played rugby in high school and, I went backpacking when I was 18. Very cool. Not what I was asking. I was asking if you have a key to car and stuff. Like, that's just way more entertaining. I asked you, like, if you like were homeless or whatever. That's fun. Like, I've once went on a date with a homeless chick for the bit because I'm that bored. And that's like, I am constantly searching for new sensations. And if these drugs make it that I find normal, everyday sensations just applicable and like satisfactory to live by, I'm not sure I would handle that. I might become a whole different nigga after I take these Adderall pills, if I ever get them, if it's even possible. And I'm not sure how I'd take that. I'm not sure how my relationships would hold up. My wallet would probably be better, but like money doesn't matter. It's paper. It's imaginary. It's made up. It's not real. Maybe I can actually work on the creative projects, or maybe I just wouldn't care about them and I find them a waste of time. Maybe I'll get like hitched and married. Oh God. Here's the thing, okay? A bunch of people I know talk about how, oh, once you get into a relationship or once you're in love, you can talk to that person every single day. Nigga, you're lying. No, you can't talk to. No, I don't even talk to my friends every single day. I talk to them every 6 months. Okay, and that's because I forget they exist. Okay, I don't forget they exist. This is not on my mind. But every single day you gotta call your partner. That is terrifying to me as a concept. Like, how does that even? Surely you don't say new things after the fifth. How are you? How do you pass? How do you move past that? Oh. What you do today? Oh, I took a shower, I ate breakfast, and I went to work. Yeah, no shit, nigga. Everyone does that. But yeah, this was supposed to be my first introduction video. Like I said at the beginning, probably, hopefully, maybe. Like, that's actually why these books are here. Like, this is my performance. That I pretend that I'm like intellectual and I read. It's better than having a white wall, I would say. Men don't read at all. Not a thing. I am reading this one, but that's only because I think the movie will be bad. I spent $30 on this book, and that's because it was in my chapters. It's never in my chapters. Like, I don't know where it just doesn't exist beforehand. That was a bad decision. I needed those $30, honestly. Also, impulse buying, the worst in existence. Wait, this is supposed to be my outro. Yeah, this is supposed to be an introduction video. I'm 26. You can call me Aziz, I guess. I realize that my romantic viewing of myself, my belief that I was slightly more unique than a normal person was not true. All those beatings my mother did have no effect on me. I just have ADHD. All the gaslighting my mom did, normal, apparently. I just have ADHD. Not saying these drugs are gonna fix all my problems. I'm still gonna have siblings, and those guys are fucking problems. But at least I can text people without either responding right away or not texting them for fucking weeks. So, hey, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Aziz.